It seems like only yesterday we were here for Super Bowl 52 and now back for the road to the Super Bowl here in the Twin Cities at U.S. Bank Stadium. Tonight, it's the second game here on this wild card Saturday, as it'll be the Detroit Lions taking on the Minnesota Vikings. It's the second of our two games here on this Saturday as Super Wild Card Weekend continues here on EA Sports. And a signal there for the fair catch, so this opening drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Ayuk going to go in motion right. On play action, Rodgers. And incomplete to open things up.
Anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Here's Rodgers. Pass caught. It's Romeo Doubs. And he's knocked to the turf right there at the 46-yard line. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. Another strong gain on the last two plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Good running right there. And this is a man who was a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances, and he picks up nice yardage on that one.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked by Kenneth Murray. And the Lions are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover. Nobody ever wants the interception on the opening drive to happen, but when it happens in the playoffs, it feels like it's a bigger deal. What a rough start.
And how about these visitors? The defense just went right on the field and seized momentum. You know, almost like they're saying, okay, no one expects us to win this one. Let's go ahead and give them a shock early. Took the ball from the home team and put them in the hole.
Because this crowd, one of the best in the league, especially this time of year, it's going to be tough to take them out of it, but that's a heck of a start. So after the INT, here's Mahomes. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. Down the left sideline. Touchdown, Detroit. Amari Cooper, 66 yards. And the Lions will strike first here, this wild card matchup. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
Extra point by York is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. Fair catch going to be taken, and this will be moved out to the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Second down, another shot for Jones. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Throwing is Rodgers on third down. He's got his target. That's complete. Down the left sideline. Touchdown. Brandon Ayuk, 72 yards. And the Vikings are an extra point away from drawing level. Joey Sly on for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he'll elect not to run with it. And a fair catch on the kickoff will move the ball to the 25. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And, Charles, the name of the game last time, efficiency. Their very first snap, they connected for a quick touchdown.
They get more value than just the points from that series as well. Only needing one play, it keeps the entire offense rested up.
This to the sideline and over everybody, incomplete. No flags forthcoming, though. Maybe a break there. That looked like a clear throwaway to me. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Mahomes now to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. And got his man complete. Touchdown, Detroit. Amari Cooper. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Lions have taken the lead. Extra point by York is up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. But no run back here. Fair catch, and this will come out to the 25. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well.
And this is what you want to do in the first half of a playoff game. Get the running game established. He was a big part of their run to a division title, so they're going to rely on him to carry a heavy load here in the playoffs. It rips off a nice run there.
Play action. Now it's Rodgers. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Second and 14. Rodgers going to throw. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down. Dobbs goes in motion. Rodgers now on first down. Got a man, that's Ayuk. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Moore, the man in motion. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Rodgers changing the play, it appears. Jones. Oh, he's going absolutely nowhere as he is hit behind the line. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. Now it's Rodgers. This is caught. Touchdown, Vikings. Aaron Jones, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Vikings are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Well, we know he has decent hands out of the backfield. That's the first time, Charles, they've targeted him in the passing game, and it pays dividends.
And I love the design, too, because they kept him in the backfield and made the defense think run first before they swung him out of there. And you're right, with his hands, they might want to throw it to him just a little bit more.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And he'll elect not to run with it. The fair catch will move this out to the 25-yard line. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. They go play fake. Mahomes. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. Pretty entertaining start. 14-all to score on EA Sports. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now here's Mahomes. Over the middle, Amari Cooper. It's complete. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And a dangerous throw there on the drop-off. Incomplete, nearly intercepted.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There's a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage, and that throw had no shot.
Here's 2nd and 10. Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And not much room to speak of. He'll get about 3 up to the 41.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run it and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else he'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
And the Vikings are going to beef up their secondary here. 6 DBs on 3rd. Here's Mahomes to throw. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
And it'll be incomplete. Good job staying with him defensively, and it'll bring up 2nd down. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
To throw, it's Mahomes. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Mekhi Blackman's got it. And the Vikings will take over possession here up at the 44. Well, he's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
Now a play fake. Rodgers. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. 3rd down and 13. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
On 4th down, Matt Ariza sent on to punt. Back deep to return is K.J. Osborne. He gets us away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
Brian Burns, the one to bring him down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Here's 2nd and 7. On play action, it's Mahomes. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Gonna need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack for Mahomes and company. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. There he goes again. Touchdown, Detroit. Amari Cooper on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Lions have broken our tie as they take the lead. Extra point by York is up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. Taken at the goal line. And he returns this to the 22. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. Well, here's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now a handoff. Running left is Jones. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. Second down and 4. Now Rodgers. That is taken in by the tight end Fant. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions 33. Rodgers directing traffic, going to change the play. Rodgers now on first down. And he whips that one incomplete there.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Here's Rodgers to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
That play call wasn't there for them against that coverage. So they're going to spin the dial now in their playbook and come up with one more shot at the marker to try and keep this series going.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Ayuk going to go in motion right.
Rodgers now to throw. Flush to his right. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, their first 2 drives yielded touchdowns, so there's no reason for them to feel like they have to pull back on the reins. They pushed it downfield, looking for another one right there. Didn't get it, but we know they're going to continue to be bold.
Sly able to put this one through.
And that'll bring them back within 4.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again.
They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. And a pretty good run, all things considered. Probably would have liked that in the first quarter instead of right now as the clock continues to run.
Solid running there. And, CD, we hear so much about what it takes to win in the playoffs. Most people like to include having a strong running game in their assessment. And with this man in the backfield, this group has a strong running game without a doubt.
Oh, I absolutely agree with you there because in terms of yardage, he's a top 5 running back in the league. And in terms of impact on a game, not many better than him. And when they're flowing and he's carrying the ball consistently, they're tough to beat.
He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. Mahomes going to throw. Out right to Bourne. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Final shot before the half from Mahomes. He's going to throw one up from the end zone.
That is incomplete.
Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. One of these 2 teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout.
And the fair catch signaled for and taken, so they'll begin this 3rd quarter from their 25-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
And they've been the better of the 2 teams through 2 quarters of play, much to the chagrin of this home crowd.
Yeah, this score is a surprise to a lot of folks at home, although not to my dad. He predicted the visitors would win. And maybe to the folks in the stadium,
But you know who is not a surprise to, partner? This team with the football. They were very confident coming in.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Now Mahomes. This one to Bourne out on the left side. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be second down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
From just shy of midfield, here's 2nd and 5. A give for Walker running right.
And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd down, here's Walker.
Taking it right down Broadway. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown.
Kenneth Walker,
48 yards. And they're able to add on to their advantage.
extra point by York is up and good.
And that pushes the lead up to 11.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. Fair catch going to be taken, and this will be moved out to the 25.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
They make their second half debut here, and things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a 2-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realized what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, that next drive, that could make this a 3-possession game.
In motion right, Dobbs.
To throw, it's Rodgers. Left side here, that's the tight end Fant. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. On first down, Rodgers.
That's complete. It's Elijah Moore.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too.
Now Rodgers going to shift him around. Dobbs goes in motion.
On play action. Now Rodgers.
Slant route. He's got Dobbs.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up second down.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. On play action, it's Rodgers.
Trying for Ayuk, but it's intercepted. Jair Elam makes a pick. And the Lions are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it's second down.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential, but when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
Here now, 2nd and 4. Straight ahead, Walker. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, and defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
Got a man, it's Judy, complete. And he is going to have a Lions first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Even the most elusive quarterbacks have those tough days where they can't avoid sacks, and this is one of them. 3rd time he's gone down. He might develop some happy feet now, wanting to escape the pocket and try and gain more yardage with his legs.
Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. Eddie Jackson picks it. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, 3rd quarter, but that, not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now, if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
And with a play clock at 3, we'll get a signal and a timeout on the whistle. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. So after the INT, it's Rodgers. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
These are the situations that really test the defense, those sudden changes. They're already inside field goal range to start the possession. Their goal now, keep it to a long kick, if indeed they end up trying one.
3rd quarter, wild card round. Thanks for being along for the playoff ride with us. Here's 2nd and 10. Now Rodgers. That's caught over the middle by Fant. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line. 1 quarter remains in this NFC wild card matchup. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Moore, the motion man right.
1st and 10. Here's Rodgers. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Up the middle, Jones. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. So a decent deficit at this stage in the second half. 4-down territory?
No doubt about it. There's not a chance that he hasn't looked ahead and said, okay, if we gain yardage on this play, this is what we'll do going forward. If we lose yardage, this is the play call that I'll have ready.
Now they send a man in motion right. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
Ayuk going to go in motion right.
Throwing now is Rodgers.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Well, those two have hooked up for a touchdown once already in this game, that time unable to find the completion.
Yeah, it just appeared they wanted to get him out into open space and try and get him the football. As you mentioned, unable to connect.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. They'll run it with Jones. And he'll be brought down at about the 4. He didn't get in, nowhere close. The running play does not work from the 5 on 4th and goal. And instead of having a 1-score game, they'll remain 2 scores down. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
And they are looking good. A 2-score lead here in this 4th quarter as they hope to capture a spot in the divisional round next weekend.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
So 4th quarter, a nice run there to start this drive. Charles, what do you think the split will be here between run and pass?
Well, partner, I think it'll lean towards the run, but this is also not a time where you just totally do that. You still have to possess the ball, move the sticks, and keep the clock moving as well. So they'll run their offense, but yeah, when they have a chance to run it, they'll do that a little bit more.
Throwing now is Mahomes.
Throw out wide to Walker.
And he has the first down as he's able to reach the ball forward and get past the line to gain.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
Mahomes' throw taken in by Cooper here.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
From the 24 now, here's 2nd and a couple.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have gotten a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready to seal the deal. But in doing so, by pitching it around a little bit, it cost them. We could have a great finish.
They're going to run for it with Jones. And he will get into the end zone as a 2-point conversion is successful. And the lead is down to a field goal here in the 4th. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And he'll elect not to run with it. And a fair catch on the kickoff will move the ball to the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And this a very important drive leading in the fourth quarter of this wild card game. But this one far from over as they start out here first down.
And that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll bring up second down. They go play action. Now Mahomes.
And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now fourth down.
Here comes the Lions punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And this wild card game has been as good as advertised. They trail by a field goal here in the fourth, with obviously a very critical drive forthcoming as they start with a first down. 54 yards rushing for him now to this point. Second and a couple. Rodgers wants to change the look. Here's Jones again on second down. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. 2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Rodgers now on first down. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth.
Plenty of time and 2 timeouts still at their disposal. 1st and 10 here.
On play action, Rodgers.
That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Now a first down carry by Jones. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
2nd and 6 coming up.
To throw is Rodgers.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You having to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
Now Rodgers. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to tie things up in the final minute.
Sly able to put this one through.
And that will tie this game here in the final minute of play. So a big kick to get this back to even. Yet now the worry is, did you leave too much time on the clock? Because another field goal the other way, that does you in.
You're exactly right. You didn't get it to overtime yet. So now as a defense, you've got to think to yourself, you can't play prevent defense and just give up big chunks of yardage in front of you. But you also can't let anyone behind you. So you sit right on the line between the two, play the best defense you can, and not make it easy for them to move the ball downfield.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Here's Walker to start the drive.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage.
They'll come up now on 2nd down. Mahomes.
He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Mahomes.
And he is stopped just short on 3rd down. Got 9 yards, but needed 10. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away.
That's returnable now for Smith.
A very good return that time. 18 yards. And control of the football, switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest.
Here's 1st down.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. And we have free football overtime. Here we go.
Plenty of chills and thrills in this one, and more to come here as overtime will decide who moves on to the divisional round. Fair catch called for and taken, so the ball brought up to the 25 to begin this overtime session.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
Well, CD certainly doesn't get any more exciting than this. Overtime in the postseason. Of course, keep in mind things are different than the old way it was. In the playoffs now, both teams guaranteed a possession, so a touchdown here, if they get one, the ball game will not be over.
And partners, we both know many people have called for this change before, and they finally got it after the Buffalo-Kansas City Classic in the 2022 playoffs. Patrick Mahomes and KC, they score first. Game over. Josh Allen and Bills never touched the football, and people hated that. Now if the game reaches OT, every playoff team has a chance to fight to extend their season. So the plan has got to be, if you win the toss and you take the ball, reach the end zone and score, and put as much pressure on your opponent as possible to try and win a game in OT in the playoffs.
19 yards there on the catch and run.
A nice start for them here to overtime, and maybe the plan here is don't do anything too crazy. Don't try for some big play, Charles. Just move the chains, put the pressure on the defense.
Well, these early first downs are certainly nice confidence builders as they begin overtime, because even though you've just played 4 quarters, the feeling's entirely different when you take the field in OT, because you just want to settle in, as you suggested, keep the ball moving, and rely on your opponent to make that first big mistake.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
Again, it's Jones. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Hoping to keep this OT drive alive. Now they face a 3rd and 2. Here's Rodgers. He's got his target. That's complete. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 39. A nice pickup of 10 means that this drive will stay on track. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. What they say, it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmys and the Joes.
Now a first throw here in overtime.
That'll be dumped off to Gainwell.
And he's taken down inside. 11 more yards that go around. A first down as well.
I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield. Everyone trying to account for someone. But unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield. And he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yards on that play.
Rodgers now on first down. He's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. Touchdown!
And Charles, that touchdown alone doesn't win him the game anymore with the rule changes and overtime in the postseason, but they still went down, scored, got the job done, and now they put it in the hands of their defense.
And with the other side now guaranteed an getting that score was vital. The pressure is now on their opponent, and their defense, they have to play off the momentum the offense generated. One stop, and they end this game.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
And CD, the pressure is on here. Only a touchdown on this series will prevent their season from coming to an end right here, right now.
And this is why the postseason overtime rules were changed, partner, to afford teams an opportunity to respond in this type of a situation, because in the past, this game would already be over, and the losing team would be making off-season plans. Now they've earned their way into a postseason. They do get a chance to answer after the other team scores first.
Trying to keep their season alive. Down 7 in overtime. And they'll, of course, need to score before time runs out in the period as they work on second down.
And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
They'll try for the first with Walker.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
90 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times. So, CD, in the postseason, they obviously get the chance to answer that touchdown from a bit ago, but how do they set aside that pressure knowing that their entire season is coming down to this series?
What a great question, and I don't think that they set it aside. I think that they confront it, and they've done it throughout practice time in preparation for opportunities like this.
And he's across the 45. It'll be second down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
On second down, it's Walker.
And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. They've had some success here in overtime with this opening drive running the football. Right back to that well.
And why not? When you have that kind of success, make them stop you. And until they do, keep going back to that well you just spoke about. I think there's more water there available to them.
And Walker once more. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
This is where the new rule comes into effect. In past years, this game's over. They've got a chance, though, to match touchdowns now. It's first down.
What can Mahomes do now with his overtime drive?
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
Yeah, he hadn't gotten far enough away from the pocket to throw that football away, and that draws the flag.
Yeah, the old tackle box, right? Get outside of each tackle, and then you can go ahead and throw it away, and you're in good shape. But if you're back there in the pocket, you got to make sure of what you're doing.
So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call.
Here's Mahomes. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
And you definitely could make the case we might not even be in overtime had he not thrown 3 interceptions in regulation. But looking better here so far in OT.
Yeah, and when you think about what a coach is thinking at that point, because normally you've thrown 3 picks during the game, you might craft your play calling to be a little more careful. Not in this case. The green light still on for him.
And that's just a solid, good physical run there as he motors for 9 yards.
Well, welcome back to this wild card contest. The second OT ready to begin here shortly. Second down and a little more than a yard here. Sticking with Walker on second down.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Well, what a game this has turned out to be here. Second possession of overtime. Obviously, Charles, they need the touchdown. And now looking pretty good here in the red zone.
And in addition, they face a very important decision if they do reach the end zone. Kick the extra point, take the tie, and send this game to sudden death. Or go for 2 and let it come down to one last 2-point try.
Over the middle, complete to Judy.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
Keep in mind they can still get a first down here as they come up on 2nd and inches.
Up the middle, here's Walker.
And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown.
A 2-yard touchdown run. York on now for the extra point.
And things are getting good now. We're heating up, tied at 35. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away.
And Smith chooses not to return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout. So as they head to the sidelines, we'll head to this break on EA Sports. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Throwing is Rodgers.
Got a man. That's Ayuk.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
From just outside of field goal range. 3 points, all that's needed. Here's 1st and 10.
Rodgers going to throw. Oh, and it's intercepted.
And the Lions are going to have it with a chance to win the game here in overtime.
So we will see yet another drive in this overtime.
For whatever reason, neither team able to finish this game off. I know that the first thought is, does anyone really want to win it? But I think that they both desperately want to win it, and sometimes you force things, and that leads to errors.
Well, it's out there for the taking. We'll see who can do it.
And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. 143 yards rushing for him now as his big night continues.
A good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side, the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 11 yards there and a Lion 1st down.
With that last completion, CD's now over 400 yards passing in the game, and quite a few of those have come via some pretty big strikes downfield. Certainly not afraid to challenge this secondary, and it's been successful.
I like your observation there, partner, because I agree. This is a group more than capable of torching a secondary any week, as evidenced by their combined stat line here. And in the time we have remaining, it wouldn't shock me at all to see them take another deep shot.
This now in field goal range. It's a question of when you want to try it. Here's 1st down.
They'll give it up to the big man Walker. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
2nd down and 6 now. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17.
He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a 1st down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another 1st down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 1st downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Again, it's Walker.
Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good 1st down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on 1st down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It'll be their 2nd and final timeout, remember, here in overtime. We'll be back.
Now, do you try for more yardage or get to the spot that your kicker wants? Here's second down. On the give, it's Walker.
And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
Here's Walker.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Brandon, I'd go ahead and kick it right now. I know it's only second down, but I kick it and give myself a little margin for error here.
Don't wait for third. Have the extra down just in case.
If something goes wrong, messed up snap, anything like that, you fall on it, guess what? It's third down. You still have the ball. You still have a chance to kick it.
And he got it. The kick is good. And they have won it here in double overtime. They said beginning of the season they wanted to get past the wild card round. Well, they just got past the wild card round.
Get to the wild card game. Check. Got